recording? So let's say, let's talk about good civs on Arabia, right? Could be Berbers, any archer civ, Britons, Berbers should be fine, any Meso civ should be fine. So get Hindustanis, you know what I mean? So that depends on how you like to play. So let's say you're playing scouts versus scouts, so there are different openings. For example, if I'm playing against a camel civ and I'm a scout civ, then I start with archers and then I do a scout switch and then I play crossbow camel, right? But let's say I don't know, I have camels on my like Berbers, right? Then you play maybe scouts into skirmishers if the other guy, like, you know, all depends. The basic the beginning though, that's what we need to talk about, because everything after that you guys should toy with it. We do it, right? So let's say you are like some random, I don't know, let's see a good, again, like civs that people pick on Arabia, right? So let's say Franks, they pick on Arabia, Berbers, they pick Britons, they pick Hindustanis, they pick Lithuanians, and you need Magyars, all those civs, right? So I don't know. So let's say we want to go scouts with Magyars, so, or scouts with any scout civ, and then if you just can keep doing scouts, you keep right doing scouts. But if you need to do something else, then you need to adapt. But you know what I mean? What's the main issues you're finding, Lethal? Can you explain to me? Maybe Lawler as well have any questions about it. Any one of you guys who are playing the tournament and you're playing Empire Wars, please tell me what to think about it, what to talk about it. Sorry, then. So let's say you're going scouts, okay? Let's say you're going only scouts into walls, right? So let's. But again, you need to see what he's doing, and you need to know if you're forcing army and so on. But then eventually wall, okay? But let's see how you start on Arabia. You can wall right away, literally, or you can do some army. If I'm Magyars, probably I would open archers, and then I add scouts. Most of the civs I would do that with, even scout civs. But let's say you want to open scouts, so which is good as well. Don't get me wrong. And what you do? Oh my god! Well, this is not Arabia, is it? I don't know the map, but that's definitely not Arabia. What? What? That was Arabia? Why started like that? Arabia. Finally. So you put all the villages there. Those three guys you put on here. Do a stable. Shift Q to the gold. Wood upgrade as soon as you can. And a house here. Couple of villages to wood. At least. Then you start doing scouts. Leave one guy on gold. Why that guy is on gold? Because depends on what the other guy is doing. So imagine if the other guy is doing archers right away. If he's an archer civ, then you double down a bit more on wood. Why? Because you need the range right away. If no, then what you do, just keep farming, like sending to the berries and everything. Right? That's it. That's it. Imagine the other guys going archers, or, you know, or if you're planning to do scouts into archers, right? That's it. And you don't stop making army. Slowly, you're sending to the berries a bit, and so on, and so on, and so on. See the scouts, and blah, 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 and you start doing archers and skirmishers. Why? Because you need to mix them anyways. You don't need the food upgrade, and you see how much wood you have, so you start farming. That would be scouts into archers, and then you get fletching, you get whatever you need. What? See how many scouts we have? We're doing a bunch, right? And that's it. Imagine the other guys doing archers right away or in archers into scouts. And if you want to just do scouts, this is a matchup that I wouldn't just do scouts, right? Because it's Magers versus Magers versus Hindustanis. I would probably go for crossbow. Crossbow archer scouts into knights, right? Then you go. But let's say you're just playing scouts and it's working, and you know you don't need to do anything. So start rolling, right? You put your scouts together, finish the walls. Maybe you wanna get food upgrade. I don't know. Most people don't. Maybe most people don't, but you could. And we need to all see this side. So maybe I'm attacking him and he's chasing me. Is one thing. Maybe a spearman there. And you keep farming, right? And then the scout here goes check the spearman there. Right, and then you're just farming now. And now, you don't need more than 10 on wood. Because, again, you are just focusing on food, right? So you don't just need 10. So after a beginning where you're putting some villages on wood, right? You can take them back after walling. Now I'm kind of fully walled. And I just go up. Need 8 on gold tops, 9, so we have 8 already. Now we just farm because he also doing scouts and he also walling, right? Then you go up. As duas são PT em inglês, véi. As duas, Adriano. Then you go up. Right? And again, that's just scouting. You could even go sooner maybe because maybe you didn't force that much charming. Maybe you use the market to sell the stone, whatever, right? But that's pretty much it. That's scout play. But again, people, as better as you play Empire Wars, more you mix army. Right? And the other one, scouts into archers. Right? Scouting to archers, skirmishers, something like that. Imagine that the other guy is opening archers right away. And if you're playing archers right away on Arabia, so let's say you Britons or you Ethiopians, right? Something like that. So let's get Ethiopians because people love that shit because of the bonus, right? So right, Saracens as well is good because of the market, right? But let's say let's get Ethiopians, right? So you want to wall faster, you don't need that much on food. So how would be you prioritize walling? What? This is not Arabia. Let me see if this is Arabia. Is this Arabia? It is Arabia. It is Arabia. Let me restart. So imagine we are Ethiopians, right? So you want to wall and get the... Like, you cannot raid them with archers, but... Ideally, you want to prioritize walling and Castle Age fast, right? So you fix that gold. Bring those guys here. And then you start walling. So a couple of guys on wood now. Spearman. Do you know how we wanna wall? There. Spearman we put there, maybe he's going scouts, we don't know. Maybe fletching, maybe don't. Let's assume you're doing fletching. And you want to walk past, right? Why again? Because he's coming. That's never like getting housed here. It's not a problem. Why? I swear to God, why? Because town watch is super important in those situations. Anyways. So you keep doing army, and you just want to get away ASAP, right? You could go for an attack, right? But don't need to. But imagining walled, right? And if he's going on his scouts, you want to force him into skirmishers. So you go attack him, right? There's no problem. But if you want to just go up, as soon as the market is ready, you can sell it everything and go up, right? Super fast. Some people don't even do... See? Some people don't even do... Fletching or even wood upgrade or food upgrade just to go a couple of even 20 seconds faster. See? So that depends as well. Again, the start is kind of simple, and you can play archers into walls, into castle age, or you can play archers into scouts and you play more open, right? And so on and so on and so on. Let's say you want to play two ranges archers, right? But again, you need to wall. It's difficult, so maybe small walls help you if the other guy is going scouts, and then you need to adapt and blah blah blah. That's counted how you play Arabia, kinda, right? I'm not going to go into very much like of details and everything because we just had the Red Bull, and you guys can watch Arabia and see a better perspective in terms of what to do because the other guy is reacting as well. That's more as simple as I can get to you. Right? Fala de Santiago. Now, let's see the other map. Acclivity, it's like Arabia. Literally like Arabia. Easier to wall, by the way. You just need to see one thing on Acclivity. You need to understand one thing. So let's go on review map. As you can see, it's like Arabia, right? Let's resign here. Man at time into archer. So check the map. The only difference from Arabia is that the deer is in the back and it's exposed. So you need to wall like an egg, right? So let's restart here. How would be the walls? Where do you post these videos? No, those are from my students. You need to wall like this. See? That's the way you need to wall. Maybe like this, maybe touching there. Eventually, right? Eventually. So you need to wall like an egg. Eventually.
Less than 3.
PJs, thank you so much. Less than 3. That's the difference, right? And the berries in the... And the deers in the back. So again, that's how you do it. In the beginning, if you want to go archers or anything, right? Yeah, you can. So in the beginning, imagine you want to go archers, right? So you do like this. Get those 3 guys, send there. Next couple of villagers to wood. Spearman ASAP. And then you start walling. Slowly. The other guy is doing arch. Maybe the other guy is going scouts, right? So like I'm small walling a bit, and I get there and I see he's going scouts, so I small wall a bit, put some spearmen around, and I want to put like 2 archers and 2 spearmen together, ASAP, right? Why? Because I want to apply pressure, get fletching, and go forward, right? Some people do mill here, some people don't. That's literally like Arabia, as you saw, and it's easier to wall, so you can take your time. Maybe you want to do a scout switch, because he's doing scouts into skirmishers, right? So maybe you want to do a scout switch, so you need to go a bit more on wood. Don't stop archer production, obviously. Otherwise it loses your power, right? And then you get a stable, right? And you continue the pressure. And so on while you're slowly walling, whatever. Maybe you don't want a stable, just want to click up, right? So you rush the walls. Sitting home after some pressure, right? And you buy the castle age. I don't know. You know what I mean? One thing you need to remember though, gold is always exposed. Most of the time at least. Without the market, you see how much less, like you want so much less, right? That you can go up so much fast even without the market. Imagine with the market. You know what I mean? So again, what if scout make 2, 4, 5, 4 spears? What do you mean? If against scout make spears, yeah, spears, small walls and shit like that, and force pressure on him. Why? Because you want to force him into skirmishes, right? You don't want to let him go scouts into walls, into castle age without taking damage, for example. And see, now I'm getting the upgrades. And the stable thing, the same thing. The scout thing, the same thing. On Arabia, it's like Arabia. Doesn't change much. What's the next map? Atacama. Like Arabia as well. Literally like Arabia. But you cannot wall. So you need to do towers in the middle. Usually you go to the middle. You just play more aggressive. And what civs you want to play more like there? Like Lithuanians is good. Lithuanians is good. Franks is good. But then like sorry. Magyars, Bulgarians, Franks, Lithuanians can be very good as well, right? And you decide how you want to open. So imagine we like even Franks, right? And we want to go archers into scouts. I don't know, right? Or if you or even if you Magyars, right? Or Burmese, and you want to do archers into scouts. Burmese, no, Bulgarians, right? Let's get Magyars here, for example. Do archers into scouts, right?
Gyűjtögetek.
Épít, jó nap, épít, felvág. Igen. Bányászok.
That's hard again, like it's a lot of places, so I prefer scouts just because of the opening scouts, just because of the mobility you can do around the middle, right, like in that area. But let's say again, let's suppose you want to do the scout switch, right?
Igen. Szolgálat. Építkezet. Fátvágó. Igen. Építkezet.
We'll do some spearmen here, maybe some houses here to get some vision. I don't know. So when you have those guys, you're going to apply pressure, maybe a spearman home, and then you add the sable. And you keep doing archers. Fletching. Now, start thinking about going to the middle. Kinda soon. Why? Because it's going to go... Like you're going to lose, right? Like the wood is going to end. You know what I mean? You're walking around, coming with your guys, and applying some pressure. Then you start farming, blah blah blah. Now, around 3-4 minutes, you start thinking about going to the middle.
Igen. Építkezet.
Maybe you do a preemptive tower there already. And again, getting ready to attack. Right? That's pretty much it. Okay? And if you open scouts, just the same thing as Arabia, and then you switch into archers, so you just double down on full scouts, which is awesome as well. So you really want to get civs that gives you some sort of advantage already, like Magyars with the extra attack and cheaper scouts, or Bulgarians with all the cheaper upgrades on the blacksmith, or Franks with the extra scout and food upgrade, and so on and so on and so on. Right? It's easier. What's the last map? Northern Islands. Oh, that not the last. The next map, North. But let's go and close it first. It kinda is like Arabia, but it's really easy to wall. So civs there would be like Meso civ, like Aztecs, Mayans, Magyars, Saracens. So you can use the market. Lithuanians because of the relics, or Cumans because of the 2 TCs. Right? But it's kinda like Arabia. So maybe, but I'm going to kinda, so you wanna toy around and play. But let's do the Cumans one, which is different than the other ones, right? So what with Cumans, what you can do is open army right away, and then you drop the TC later. Super fast as well. And then you boom while doing army. Right? Or you do the TC even, just the TC, and then you do some army. But let's say we're gonna do some army and then 2 TCs, right? And again, all depends on how the other guy is doing. The guy who's playing, are you playing? So here, imagine, let's see here, we do a range. House here. Follow guys to wood, the spearman, wood upgrade. And you go for the other guy's base to see what he's doing right away, right? You got there, remember to go around, but this is going to be walled, by the way. They're going to be walled, so you're never going to run into the TC or something like that. But imagine, like, you see 2 ranges, right? So you start doing some skirmishers for defense, and you're going around, and then you want to drop the TC, and then you drop the TC, dude. Like, maybe you want to drop the TC there, maybe you want to drop the TC here. Let's resign and see this map, where you should drop the TC. There's always wood here. See, this is a really bad map. Usually there's always wood, so let's do another time. Maybe we see like a different version.
Evet. Salam. Gururmen. Çiplermen.
Salam, evuşuklarmen. Burmadı, savadı, açarmen. Anuk,
Evet. Gururmen. Gururmen. Alhaç kesermen.
There's the 2 berries here. Maybe there's wood and gold. So depends. So let's say you wanna apply,
Alhaç.
you wanna protect the gold, right? And you drop the TCs on between the 2 berries. Probably the best thing here.
Salam. Gururmen.
Food upgrade, and now you get the guys from
Evet.
the deer.
Alhaç kesermen. Evet. Alhaç kesermen. Kulluk eder. Anuk mu? Evet.
Then you get those guys, and boom.
Gururmen. Gururmen.
Maybe some skirmishes because it's 2 ranges, or you know what? I don't need any skirmishes. Maybe I just need a couple of pikemen and go to his base because he's going scouts. Again, it depends, right? And then you drop the 2 TCs.
Evet.
evuşuklarmen.
Then you start farming. That's pretty much the approach people do. And obviously, don't stop making army
Alhaç kesermen.
until you need, like, you know it's safe or something like that.
Anuk men, şüplermen.
Çiplermen. Anukmen. Kulluk eder. Evet. Alhaç kesermen. Salam. Gururmen.
The long distance mine, gold, maybe.
Fururmen.
Maybe if you're planning to not apply pressure anymore on Field of Age and just boom, maybe you just take that stone, drop a tower there, right? But you can do both. You can do army and like and because it's everything so cheap. You can do army and you see and boom.
Anukmen. Gururmen. Evet. Gururmen. Alhaç kesermen.
Yeah, well, maybe. Yeah. But that's the different play people used to do, right? On Empire Wars. If you Meso, then the people like to do eagles and skirmishers or eagles and archers into market into eagles, right? And if you like archer sieve, it's just archers into market into crossbows fast, or archers into crossbows and boom, or archers into scouts, and you know. But it's very like Arabia, because if you lose that outside area, you lose the game, right? So in some certain in a point, it's like Arabia. Obviously, eventually you want to expand because there's gold everywhere and there's stone everywhere and so on. So whoever gets more map